Welcome back, Endgame fam. And for those who don't know, I'm Pierre. It's Fantasy Endgame. We're here to do some drafting for fantasy baseball. I know it feels early for drafts, but it's never too early for best ball, and that's why I love it. So we're gonna get on Underdog. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on right now, jump in the draft, so we can talk while wait for it to fill up. So for those who also don't know about Underdog, I'll explain all this. You go to underdogfantasy.com or use the app, download it. If you sign up for the very first time, make sure you use code ENDGAME when you sign up because you get all sorts of free stuff, including money, up to $1,000 of bonus cash for your first deposit, and free picks and everything else. If you're already on Underdog, go to the drafts, go to the lobby, and then you can filter from MLB. And then right there, the very first one is the Dinger. They have several others. Similar, except for the eliminator is a little bit different. We're not going to do that today. I do like the eliminator, but let's just do the main one. It's the Dinger. $10 entry. We're going to go 30 seconds per pick, and then enter. Anybody else who's on right now or about to jump in, if you want to try to get in on this draft, hey, go for it. This one, although, it's almost full. All right, we've got 2 spots left. So anybody watching, try to get in there if you can. Let's get this draft done, and I'll break down how it works for those who don't know. Don't worry, I'm going to put the draft board up, and I'll shrink myself a little bit as well. So this is best ball, which if you play fantasy football, best ball, you know how that works. It's going to set your lineup for you, which is nice because you draft, you set, and you forget. And hopefully you don't completely forget about it. You can keep up with it throughout the year, but you don't have to worry about weekly lineups. You don't have to worry about waiver wire and trades and all that. It's you draft and you go. So you get a chance to get your draft on over and over again, and chance to get multiple entries to win the big prize here. And they have a lot. So it looks like we're still in one more spot. $10 entry up to, well, the total of $1 million of prizes. But the winner, I believe the grand champion here of the tournament, will get 100,000. And then you can see the prize breakdown out here. And even, I like that, even look, if you finish from 3,101 to 18,600, you get your money back. So there's a good chance that just by entering it, you can at least get your money back, if not win more. So why not? It's a tournament, best ball style, which means regular scoring for the first 17 weeks, most of the season is just to qualify. And then there's little 2-week tournaments to get down to the championship. All right. So quick breakdown of the scoring. I did this last week. Chris jumped on here with me, got his draft in as well. And so just quickly to break down the scoring, you're not going to see me or anybody, hopefully, take any relievers because there are no categories here. It's points, and you get nothing for saves or holds. Nothing. You get 5 points for win, 5 for quality start. So, yeah, you're going to load up on starters. Those premier starters are going to help you out. You also get 3 per inning pitched, with -3 for earned run. But still, if you have a guy who's going to eat up a lot of innings and get strikeouts, because strikeouts are also worth 3, you're going to have a guy who's going to help you a lot. And then for hitting, also worth noting that, sure, stolen bases are a category, but 4 points, home runs are worth 10, but singles are worth 3, doubles 6, triples 8. So it's not just about power and speed. It's about guys who can just accumulate stats, get hits. You get 3 points for a walk. So you're really prioritizing OBP, right? Guys who get on base. Runs and RBIs are only 2. So you get guys like, I think Luis Arias is a little more valuable in a league like this. You sure, sluggers will definitely help. But again, singles and walks get you points. And there are no negatives for strikeouts. So again, that power hitter is going to be a little bit even more valuable here. You don't have to worry about batting average. So you're going to see as it goes on here, the strategy, kind of players I'm going to take. Okay, good. We're still got a little bit of time. Give me time to explain this. And then also, let me show you what matters is the roster construction. This is the most interesting, but different. The thing that makes it kind of a twist on your traditional drafts for baseball. You don't have to fill a full roster like a squad. with a first base, second base, third base. No, you get 3 infielders, you get 3 outfielders, and 3 pitchers, and then 1 flex, and the rest is bench. This makes outfielders a lot more scarce. You still need 3 outfielders, but only 3 out of all the infield positions. And so you're going to see, and I'm going to say it again, you hammer elite outfield early. That's the way to go. And especially if you look at the ADP, we got the set outfielders here. And infield is going to be a lot deeper. So we're full. We're starting in 30 seconds. Let me get the draft board up. Hey, Brenda. How's it going? All right. So I'll show you this on a separate one. Looks like I got the 6th spot. Not too bad. I'm okay with it. I already did one of these and I got the 1 overall, which is fine. Nothing wrong with that. Then it takes forever, on the turn. All right, let's do the other one. All right. And then I don't think I need to be this big. Okay. There you go. Left. Yeah, I'll go left. All right. So here we are on the draft. I am going to not just blindly say I'm taking outfielder because I don't like to blindly do anything when I'm drafting. But let's see what's available to me. I will say in this format, I'm not taking Elly De La Cruz because his leading the league in steals, yes, that will get you points, but it's not as valuable. And I worry about his ability to accumulate hits quite as much. Again, scoring those runs isn't as big an advantage. I'd rather have somebody who can help me with more power. So I'll tell you right now, because as far as I can tell, I don't think anybody in here watching is drafting against me. This does happen sometimes. All right. Well, there you go. So now I'm going to go look either Kyle Tucker, kind of a do-it-all player. Yordan Alvarez, man, is a great pick here. The only reason I'm going to go Tucker, although I really should go Yordan, is because I already got Yordan in a different one. And Tucker, I like his power. Like, I think he does still have 48 homer upside. We saw he was on his way to having a monster season before he got hurt last year. Kind of preferred when he was at the Astros as opposed to the Cubs, but still, he's a first-round talent. And, the one only downside with Yordan, again, not the lack of steals, because in this format, that doesn't really matter. It's that he always seems to get banged up too. So I really like Yordan at that spot, but I'm going to mix it up and go Tucker. And both are good picks, obviously. So you see, look, just to show you right there, all across the first round, mostly outfielders. That's a little different than what you might see in your traditional fantasy league drafts. Jose Ramirez falling to the 12. In this format, I think he's got to be higher. Interesting to see Kyle Schwarber as a first rounder. And again, batting average doesn't matter, and strikeouts don't count against you, like I said. So a guy could definitely hit 40 bombs, more valuable, but I don't like his lack of, he'll get you RBIs. Again, it's a little devalued here. I guess the walks kind of make up for it. I don't know. I just don't like his lack of, how would you say it? Accumulation of non-home runs. But whatever. So Julio here in the round 2. I think that's still a good pick. And this is, by the way, I didn't mention this 30-second clock. Last time we did one last week, it flew. It went a lot faster than that. We'll see if everybody here is on their game. All right. So always a big question, too, is where the pitchers go. Paul Skeens just went off the board. Lindor. All right, my turn. Okay, so I don't want to take Acuna this soon. Merrill's the best outfielder available. Merrill is interesting. I think I got to go Vlad. Even though I'd rather get an outfielder, but I still just think I like Vlad in this format overall. Again, this is more about the type of hitter that I want. I'm not just prioritizing position. I mean, I'm going to get 3 really good outfielders. I know this. I'm not going to pound pitching early. I think there's still value overall, best ball or not, in waiting towards those. Maybe not mid rounds, but at least you can wait till around 5, 6, 7, and still get pitchers that are pretty comparable to what you get up top. We always feel like we have to put somebody at that elite level. Like somebody has to be a first round or a second round, pitcher. They don't have to. Like I'm not against taking Paul Skeens, but yeah, just give me a really good hitter, and I'll wait on pitching. I love Paul Skeens too. Trust me. I just don't know that statistically this year he's going to be head and shoulders above the guys going 2-3 rounds later than him. So only one pitcher taken so far. Screwball's the next one, obviously. Ranking wise, probably the next one that will go off the board. Question is when. I did take Screwball in one of these because I think he fell to the end of the second. So I did it. I took the value, but we'll see. I might have to take him again if he falls to me. You can already see. Well, before I say anything, let's wait and see who falls to me, if anybody. I was gonna say there you go. You can already see outfield. I can't say it's thin, but man, once a guy like James Wood, who is definitely not a sure thing, Brent Rooker, maybe he'll repeat last year. You're already looking at guys that have question marks. Oh, okay, Spencer Steer that was wow. Spencer, that's going to throw me off. His ADP is 41, which is okay. It's not that bad, but man, I did not expect that. So again, don't love the outfield value here. It's already getting thin. I'm just gonna go Devers. See, that's the problem. If you don't get those stud outfielders early, you're feeling like you're out of luck. I don't want to take a pitcher yet when I still have offensive positions to fill. The James Wood is an interesting one because the upside is massive, and this is best ball. So I think it's okay to take some risks in that sense. You don't have to completely nail your first few picks because, again, if you get the best of a player for even 2/3 of a season, that can still be a worthwhile pick. We want all our players to stay healthy all season and do good all season, but realistically, it might not happen. So you can take some more swings here. So James Wood, I think it's fine taking him here in a best ball format. I feel much better about him here than I do in a regular redraft league. If you saw the busts video, yeah, I think he might be, based on where he's being drafted, a bust as far as hitters go. Because people are, kind of doing what we did last year with those rookies. White Langford was taken very high. People were drafting Jackson Holiday as if he was a sure thing. It's just always risky. It doesn't matter how talented. It's always risky with young players. Ellie De La Cruz did pretty much pay off. James Wood, I think, will be good. But again, I don't want to take him in the first 3-4 rounds. Okay. Oh, man. See, these outfielders, even this draft, outfielders are going even earlier. Normally, I could get a guy like a Riley Green. Man, I really like Riley Green in this format. Yeah, he was taking 8 picks before ADP. Like Michael Harris a little better in this format. Another outfielder. I don't even like Brian Reynolds. Okay, so take a boring guy like Nimmo, risk a bounce back from Adolis, or take a shot on a guy like Butler. Well, you know what? I've been playing it safe so far. Let's go Lawrence Butler. Very similar to a James Wood, power, speed type guy who's not on a great team. Got some risk, got some upside, but we've seen Butler do it for at least half a season. Wood is getting there. So, all right, there's my risk. I also think Butler's going too soon in most early fantasy drafts. A little too soon, but Give me Butler. I don't mind his park situation there. They're basically playing on a minor league park this year in Sacramento. That definitely could help. Could help the offense for the A's. What's up, Luis? How we doing? Yeah, you got to take risks. Exactly, Spurs. I mean, this is exactly right. You don't win. You don't win a tournament style game by playing it safe the whole time. You just don't. Now, I prefer my risk in the later rounds, but yeah, all these guys that we're taking here, these first 4 or 5 rounds, half of them are going to wind up disappointing anyways, right? We know this. It's not going to wind up with this is the top 50 players at the end of the year just because they were the top 50 drafted. It never works that way. So smart risks, though. Smart risks. Waiting on pitching C's definitely paid off. I mean, I'm waiting here to round 5. I may or may not take a pitcher, but I mean, you have guys who are, I think I can safely say, aces for fantasy. Garrett Crochet, I'm totally in on this year. Logan Gilbert, Garrett Cole, pretty much still an ace. Corbin Burns, yeah. Shoot, I might wait another round. But let's see. You know what's going to happen. As soon as somebody takes a pitcher, there's going to be a little run. And so I'm still... Okay, well, here goes Cease. I'm still liking the value at infield a lot better. And I know y'all can't see the queue I got going on, but okay, well, there you go. There go Albies and Semien, so that might make my decision a little easier. So do I take a chance? Okay, Arozarena, I'm not crazy about Yelich. Like a guy who's got a good back. If I really want to take a risk, I could go Cody Bellinger at outfield. Or I could just take my first pitcher. I'm going to take Crochet. I like Crochet better. And I think I'm okay with Bellinger in this format, whether he has a true bounce back or not. Okay, there he goes. So I passed on him. I knew he might get taken. But look, Bellinger's got great plate discipline. He walks a lot. That helps him in this format. He'll get you, of course, the power and some speed. So I like Bellinger here in this format. But yeah, see, it's a good thing I took Crochet because now there's the pitcher run, 3 straight going off the board. Yeah, now it's going fast. Okay. Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe I will wait on outfield again. Now, I'll talk in a second about roster construction, which is also a consideration here. This guy right before me, he's all about the outfielders. This is why the outfield is so thin. He's got 5 outfielders out of his first 6 picks. He knows the move here. Okay. I'm gonna go with a guy who's not a sure thing, but I like Colton Cowser. And I still feel pretty good about the pitchers that are left. Again, if one of those had fallen, you see Cole Reagans, if he was still there, I would have taken him. I'll go Cowser. Because, man, infield, now we're getting an infield where guys were much less appealing in like a roto league, and they're fine, but best ball, how great do you feel about like the Stephen Kwans and the Yerkes Profars? Those guys don't have a lot of spike weeks per se. So, yeah, at least, look, I got 3 outfielders I feel pretty good about. Got 2 stud infielders, and I got 1 ace at pitcher. So now I can go any direction. I don't have to take a pitcher yet, but I probably will. Because I think that's just what's best. I also, for those you can't see it, I got Dylan Cruz queued up. But I think now that I got my 3rd outfielder, Cowser, not too different from a Cruz type. I think I'm just going to go pitching because I got Michael King here, George Kirby. Those guys are okay. Well, I don't have Michael King available anymore. I got Pablo Lopez, George Kirby. Those guys are still available. So I'm probably going to go with one of those. Now I'm curious, those who are watching, he's going a lot earlier in NFBC at least, and in some early drafts. You know he'll get drafted earlier. Jacob deGrom. In an Underdog, he's going later, much later. 88 overall. Hasn't been taken yet. I'm curious, tell me how early are you willing to take Jacob deGrom this year? Because sure, it's best ball, and like, oh, even he gives you half a season, you got a half of an elite pitcher. But how great do you feel about a guy who's barely pitched at all the past 2 years and is now definitely older? So I'm curious. All right, well, there goes King and Pablo Lopez. Same question applies to Roki Sasaki. I mean, if you saw that video just came out, I already told you I'm not touching. I don't think I'm touching him at all. Just like big red injury flag. Sorry. Okay, let's see. Stephen Kwan. All right, I'm just going to take my George Kirby and be happy. This guy is going to pitch a lot of innings for sure. Get a good amount of strikeouts. And of course, the team after me took an outfielder. This guy has 6 outfielders. 7 rounds, he's got 6 outfielders. I mean, we'll see how it pans out. We'll see. I mean, then maybe that is a smart thing to do. Maybe you just totally push pitching and infield to the end. I don't know. I like my teams to have a little bit of balance, but we'll see. I'm 2-2-3 right now. I got 2 pitchers, 2 infielders, 3 outfielders. Let me scroll down so we can see the rest here. Okay. So we're around 8 right now. And I'm on deck. Oh, okay. Interesting. That guy finally took a pitcher, and it was Spencer Strider. That's risky. Okay, deGrom's available. Pull the trigger on him. Go Tristan Casas or a pitcher like Hunter Green or Shota Imanaga. I don't think I can do it with deGrom. I like Casas. I'll go Casas. And we'll see which pitcher falls to me next round. I'm a fan of Hunter Green. I mean, I guess if deGrom does fall to me the next round, which I doubt. No, okay, there he goes. Yeah, it's like, then I'll pull the trigger. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to have a lot of him, if any. Wow. Okay, spurious news. You got deGrom and Glass down the hundreds. I mean, yeah, if he's there for me after pick 100, sure. I'll take him. Glass now is a similar guy. But look, if you can get Glass now a couple rounds later, this is what I say about taking look, he's 107 ADP. If you're going to take a guy with huge upside but injury risk, why not take him 2-3 rounds later than the other one? I mean, I'm not going to tell you that Tyler Glasnow is as good as Jacob deGrom when all things are equal, but I feel a little bit better about Glasnow staying in one piece, a little, than deGrom. All right, there goes Hunter Green. I'm not taking these 2 guys who are next up for pitching. It's Castillo and Peralta. I feel like, I don't know. Just feel like they're on the downswing. All right, there is a hitter. There's an outfielder I like a lot here. Let's see if you can guess who it is. Okay, I think if Shota is there, I'll probably take him. If not, I'm going to take my outfielder. Shoot, I should probably take the outfielder anyways. What's up, Brian? Brian said, yeah, there's exactly. There's a lot of good pitchers you can take, especially in a best ball format. Exactly. I definitely don't mind waiting on pitching. So think about it. If this outfielder is there, I'm definitely going to take him. All right. Well, there goes Glass now. There goes Shota. All right. It's official. We're going outfield. Pretty balanced. Yeah, I got 2 pitchers, 3 infield, 3 outfield, but I'm about to make it 4. So 2, 3, 4 after 9 rounds. That's not bad. But again, I don't like to just blindly say I'm going outfield like first 5 picks, my first whatever picks. Like I want to take the best player I can get. Oh, there he goes. Okay, it was not O'Neill. It was Pete Crow Armstrong, one of my sleepers. He is gone. All right, I'm gonna reach just a little bit. Again, ADP doesn't matter by the time the season's all said and done, right? So I'll go with this other outfielder. It's Rafaela. Get me some hits. Get a little bit of everything, right? A little bit of everything. Yeah, I really wanted PCA though. And now outfield is I mean, you guys, I'm not going to switch back and forth. You could see the ADP, the players available. Honestly, the next 25 players, and I'm scrolling down. There's only one outfielder left in terms of the ADP. This draft, I mean, the people in here, they know what they're doing. They're going outfield crazy. We got a couple teams that have 4 already. This one team has 6. So yeah, it's thinning out. But that also means, that better value for the other positions. So I'm gonna wait on pitching. Look, a guy I said in my video today is I think could be disappointing based on ADP is Max Fried. He's still there. Okay, he's not there anymore. I mean, shooting that one outfielder is Helio Ramos. I mean, he's a good player, but not a sure thing either. Am I gonna really take him? I don't know. I'm trying to remember what his walk rate is. That was decent. 322 OBP, 7% walk rate. It's okay. Oh, here we go. Now all the pitchers are flying off the board. All right, Ramos. I like Grayson. All right, I'm gonna go with the player I just like, Grayson Rodriguez. Again, there's one outfielder here, and he's not my favorite at this spot. So I'm just gonna wait. But man, you guys can see if you're doing this, any of these underdog best ball drafts, again, this just basically reinforces what I said at the beginning, man. You got to go outfield pretty early and often. There's still some decent pitchers here. I'm looking all the way down past 150. There's still some guys that, obviously not aces, not sure things, but it's pretty solid players. And with best ball, you can afford to, have guys that will have bad outings from time to time if they don't count against you. You just have to have, a staff that's good enough where they're not all going to miss at the same time. Oh, yeah. Definitely some players I still like. Okay, so what are we going to do at outfield is the question. I got 4 outfielders, so it's not bad. I'm not like behind the curve here. There's still plenty of good options at the other positions. I mean, I don't know. Take a chance on a Jung Ho Lee and hope he has a bounce back season. Lourdes Gurriel, he does tend to get hot at times. I really like some of the infielders are better, like Jordan Westberg. Isaac Paredes is pretty good in this format. So I'm thinking I might have to go. Yeah, I'm rearranging my queue here. There are a couple of later outfielders that I kind of like. Again, I'm not sure. There's probably platoon bats. We're getting to the platoon range pretty soon here, lefty righty, but and then we're gonna have to take some shots late. Yep. Yeah, it's crazy, crazy thin. All right. But also something to consider too is the flex. You do have that one flex, and it doesn't need to be an outfielder. So as long as if you have three really solid outfielders, you know, you build a deeper infield. I think you can be okay. But we're also kind of like mining for gems here, right? Let's get some breakout candidates. You want to see? Yeah, I know. What's up, Anthony? Yeah, doing a draft. How many SPs I got? I'll show you the top of the draft board too, Spurious. I got four. No, I got four outfielders. I got three infielders, and I got three pitchers. So right now, 3-3-4, and then this pick. Oh man, McClanahan, that was a great pick. I think that's a really good pick. Yeah, outfield. I'm not loving these outfielders. I'm just gonna go infield again. I'll take Paredes. I like him here. Okay, let me scroll up because I know you wanted to see the beginning of the draft, and I think you just got on here. So here's the top of the board. I started Kyle Tucker. I do like Jordan Alvarez generally better there, but I think I took him with money in other drafts, so I'm switching it up. Went Vlad, went Devers. I was between Jackson Merrill or Vlad at round 2 there, but I just think Vlad's going to get a few more points. And then it got risky, so I went Devers in round 3. Took a chance on Butler. And I do like Cowser. He's not the most. I don't think he's like the highest ceiling of picks, but I still think he's going to be a good. I like him in the points leagues. Let's put it that way. I like him in this format. He's got some good on base skill. Got a little bit of power. He's in a great lineup, of course. So I do like Cowser. I think he's more of a high floor pick for me. Okay, let me scroll it back down. All right, on the clock. Here we go. I take my boy. Yeah, you know what? Why not? I'm gonna take a chance. My other outfielder is still there for me. Let's go Sandy. Should have worn my Sandy shirt. I'll wear it next time. Sandy Alcantara. So now I'm at 4 pitchers. I like them all. 4 infielders, mostly power hitters, but also with some good on-base skills. Casas and Devers. Man, I'm pretty heavy on Boston. I just realized I got Devers, Casas, and Rafaela. Didn't mean to do that. I got Tucker, Butler, Cowser, Rafaela. Oh, you gotta be kidding. Okay. Well, Matt Wallner is the one I was waiting for. His ADP is 150, and this guy just took him at 141. All right. Well, that didn't pay off. That's also the guy who took Pete Crow Armstrong from me. So thank you. So that's the thing, man. Can't wait. I'm still okay though. I'm very balanced and almost too balanced. I'm 4-4-4. 4 at each position. Nothing wrong with that. Here, let's leave it right there. Yeah, look, how many Marlins am I really taking in any draft in any pick? If I can get a Marlin here at round whatever, round 12, it's fine. Yeah, I know ADP. I'm gonna throw it out, but it's to me, it's like I don't care necessarily where I feel like I should take him or where his values, but it's where I think I can take him. Like I thought, okay, no one else is going to grab him before pick 150. Probably, I should know. He's kind of becoming a like slightly trendy sleeper, so I basically am taking the risk that I can get him on the way back. That's what it was. But yeah, I know I should have taken him. Okay, so again, right now I'm not looking position. I'm like perfectly balanced in terms of that. I definitely want at least two more outfielders, if not three. And because I didn't go as outfield heavy early, I might wind up with more outfielders than the other positions, but that's going to be later. You know what? I don't like the outfielders here just yet. Jared Jones is a good pick. You know what? Let's go. I think Yandy has a nice bounce back season. He walks a lot. He took a step back in terms of power last year, but he still got the same skills. It's really, I think it was just a fly ball rate issue. It's nothing that shows he doesn't have the same bat skills. And remember, they're not playing in Tropicana Dome this year. They're playing in basically a minor league park as well. So we'll see. We'll see if Yandy's power rebounds. But he's a very solid pick this late. And so because I feel like I have a pretty high floor in my infield, I mean, Vlad and Devers, you feel like those guys are going to be in my lineup. Again, this is best ball. They're going to be in my starting lineup almost every week. I'll take the fluctuations with Paredes and Casas. With Yandy, my last infielder that I take is going to be a flyer. All right, maybe not a flyer, but a sleeper. So I'm taking guys like Alec Bohm out of my queue. Should I go with my? Ooh, well, you know what? Huh? Is it a mistake to put any faith in Byron Buxton? It probably is. All right, I'm gonna take one of my favorite pitcher sleepers, which you should know if you watch the video. I'm gonna take Arrighetti here. Brian Wu is also available, but I feel better about Arrighetti's inning totals. He just goes deeper into games. Wu is more of like a ratio helper, but that doesn't matter here. I'd rather get the guy I feel like is get more innings, more Ks. So in this format, I like Arrighetti over Wu. All right. Nobody on here is drafting against me, I don't think. So I feel like I can say this. So now I'm going to start taking some swings for an outfield. I got potential rookie of the year. Everybody's number one prospect, at least most people's number one prospect. Rowan Anthony is still on the board. His ADP is 183. Right now we're at pick 166. So I will reach around to try to get him. Like you said, if I don't, somebody else will take him. Of course, someone else might take him anyways. There goes Wu. Yeah, I like Wu a lot. Yeah, that's exactly right. Now's the time to take risk on those outfielders. Yeah, I know, James. I should have taken Wallner, and I was thinking that I might get him on the way back, and of course that always backfires, right? When you think, like, do I take him now? Like, yeah, it doesn't work. Live and learn. It's okay. I already have Wallner. I'm doing some of those NFBC 50s, and if y'all are familiar with that, but my NFBC draft so far, I've got two slow ones like under my belt, and I think I have Wallner in both of them. And so got to mix it up a little bit. Although I do think Wallner is probably one of those guys that's also better in the best ball format because he's probably not playing hardly at all against lefties. Although I know I said that he's supposed to. He's penciled in, of course, not according to the manager, according to Roster Resource, which is, it's not foolproof. He might be playing most days, but I doubt if he's playing every day. So I like him better in best ball. I do think Conforto might be a nice kind of, I guess, sleeper pick if you want to call it that. Okay, here we go. Taking the shot. Got Roman Anthony. Was able to wait. There we go. Wow. Okay. Now I just realized that I have 5 Red Sox. I just realized that. I don't know why. I'm all in. Okay, remind me not to take any more Boston players. I don't even honestly, Red Sox are like one of my least favorite teams. I'm probably not doing another draft tonight because this will take me about an hour total, but I definitely will do another one in coming days. So. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't do it with Buxton. I just, how many times you get the rug pulled out from under you? I mean, what is his realistic ceiling just in terms of at bats? Like, honestly, is he capable ever of reaching like the 500 plate appearance threshold these days? It's just not worth it. Even in best ball, I just don't think it's worth it. All right, well, I'm still somebody took Buxton. I'm still perfectly balanced. 5-5-5. So I'm going to more than likely just take one more infielder. Remember, this is 20 rounds. Got 3 position, so not going to have equal distribution here. But I'm thinking 7, 6, 7 most likely. If I really want, I don't feel that comfortable with my pitchers. I mean, Crochet is no sure thing. Alcantara coming off an injury, so yeah, I'll probably stick to 7, 6, 7. All right. Yeah, we're gonna just ignore. All right, here's another swing. Hopefully not a miss at outfield. Jordan Walker, one of my biggest misses from last year. He's working on his swing. That's always good news, right? And it always works out well when a guy is tweaking his swing in the offseason, right? So here we go, Jordan Walker. Just have a few good weeks. Frank, what's up? Is Underdog available in Canada? I gotta check the map. Honestly, I don't think so, but you can always check. I'll try to look it for you after this draft is over. Yeah, look at around 16 in a best ball draft. Anybody's worth the risk, right? There you go. Thank you, Anthony. It was making me feel better about my picks. All right, so still some good pitchers, honestly. Guys in this format. Look, I'm queuing up Shane Baz right now. Definitely going to take him if he's there. Okay, still look. Yeah, I do want at least one more outfielder to make it 7. Now, as far as the flex position, again, wow, okay. There goes Shane Baz, just as I said it. Shane Baz, 30 picks ahead of ADP. Thank you, A.G. Penny Packer. Just kidding. Good pick. That was a good pick. ADP kind of goes out the window here now too, anyways. Don't worry about it. Yeah, so I was just saying for the flex spot, yeah, generally just want a hitter. I mean, I know there's some good values at pitching here, but I think I would be okay. Actually going 6'6", 8. A little heavy in outfield. I think it's a little heavy, but I think it's fine. Like you swap an outfielder for an infielder. I think that's fine. I might do that. We'll see. All right. I'm gonna check one real quick, and this is not normally. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I like that. Okay. Not normally checking walk rates before I make my picks in OBP, unless you're in an OBP league or a points league, which this is a points league. Garrett Mitchell, guy who gets you some steals, hit a lot of singles, doesn't need a lot of power, but also, man, 11.2% walk rate last year, and it was 9 the year before. Hasn't played full time yet because of injuries, but I'm still a believer. So I like the Garrett Mitchell pick in this league for sure. Of course I like it. I just made it. What else? Let's see. Okay, now I did miss, and I spent the whole video talking about Matt Shaw. And if somebody right now takes Matt Shaw, then I know you're watching. But Matt Shaw is a guy who's gonna see his ranking, his ADPs probably jump up a lot right before draft day, especially if he gets named or tentatively named as the starter, which I think he will be. So I'm grabbing him wherever I can. So right now his ADP is 234 here on Underdog. I'm probably just gonna get him now so I don't miss, because on my last one I did miss on him. And I wound up with another guy who I like also late, Colt Keith. I don't know if everybody knows, Colt Keith is going to be the starting first baseman for the Tigers. Torkelson is out pretty much. I mean, even if he does play, he'll be lucky if it's a platoon, a weak side platoon. But even so, it sounds like they're shopping him around, and he just might be odd man out. But Colt Keith is going to be a starter. And he was strong to end the season. He was a high-end prospect, so I'm pretty big on Colt Keith in general. And even better than in this format, because in this format he's just an infielder. But in your regular fantasy leagues, guys, go check. I mean, he last year had second base and third base eligibility, and he adds first base this year. That's a guy you can move around 3 different positions. That's going to be even more valuable. So I'm going to talk probably a lot about Colt Keith in the coming weeks. But for this draft, also infield, it's the same thing here. Probably going to take a swing on Shaw. Okay, there we go. I'm going to get him, so I get him. If that makes sense. Because, again, last draft I got Keith instead of Shaw, so now I'm going to switch it up. We do still need at least one more pitcher. Now, last draft, I did take Bowden Francis, and I'm big on Bowden Francis, but let's do something different this draft. Again, everybody at this point, ADP doesn't even matter. Everyone's ADP basically reads the same. It's 234. You got some interesting veterans here. Yu Darvish is basically a last round pick or not being picked. Ranger Suarez, who was like the best pitcher in the National League the first half of last season, until he fell back to earth. And, he's still a pretty good late pick. I might take him. I'm not buying into the Justin Verlander revival. Sorry, he's dust. I do like Kumar Rocker a lot, so he's probably another one I'm going to take a chance on. Yeah, I know. Well, don't worry about the names. I don't care. If somebody snipes me, I always have plan B, plan C, plan whatever. Yeah, that's right. You were in it last Anthony's chat, and you were in it last week. You did take that extra infielder. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, coming up, man, it's crazy. We're almost done. What are we around? Man, round 19. 20 rounder, and it just flies by. Okay, so got 5, 6, 7. Definitely want another pitcher. I'm gonna go rocker. I think. I feel pretty confident he'll make the rotation out of spring. There you go. So 6, 6, and 7. I mean, it did take a chance on Shaw. Man, I have 7 outfielders, but if you look, Roman Anthony, not sure to be on the club. Opening day, Jordan Walker, not sure ever to be on the club. Garrett Mitchell, I like, but I wonder if I just go with another outfielder here because I do feel a lot safer about my infield. Man, 6 pitchers. No, I'm probably just going to go pitcher again. And reminder, those who don't know how this works, you're still watching, or if you're just jumping on here now and watching it, no closers will be taken because saves don't count. That gets you nothing, so there's really no point. You're very much limiting your upside. I mean, it's kind of a wasted pick, honestly. If you're taking a closer here. So just starters. Clay Holmes, reminder, with the Mets now, they're going to be in the rotation. They signed him to be a starter. So we'll see how that goes. Don't know if I feel great about him in this format. I'm not saying I'm going to take him. Just a reminder. Man, it's going to be tough for me to pass on Bowden Francis. Been talking him up. I mean, he was so good at the end of last year. But remember, wins are a big thing. You need 5 points for a win. You get 5 for a quality start also. I like the guy who can get me both. Suarez is on the Phillies, so yeah, I'm going to do it. I know this doesn't seem like an exciting pick, but he was really good for a lot of last year. All right, so I wound up 7, 6, 7, 7 pitchers, 6 infielders, and 7 outfielders. Pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Quick recap of the draft board here. You can see the last few picks. I'll wait till they finish up. Yeah, and you just basically look at the entire board here from round 14 on. Almost every outfielder that has been drafted is either a platoon guy or a major injury risk, or both. A couple of rookies, and like Heston Kjerstad, maybe he becomes an everyday player. You just don't know with the Orioles, but you have to tap into outfield pretty early. There's Bowden Francis. Well, I'm glad somebody took him. And then pitcher is always in the late rounds. Always these pitchers have a lot of talent, but question marks. That's the thing. These are all guys who could maybe, but a lot of questions, one or the other. All right, there it is. Yu Darvish, the last pick. I mean, that's not a bad one. Okay, so again, back to the top of the board. Just look color. Look at the orange. Those are your outfielders. Notice the pattern here. Notice that one team that took 7 outfielders. 6 of his first 7 picks were outfielders. And then you got one team over there, by the way, on the right, and team 11 only took 1 outfielder in his first 8 picks. So he's relying on guys like George Springer, Kerry Carpenter, JJ Bleday, Giancarlo Stanton. Yeah, that wouldn't make me feel great. I mean, look, you got good infielders, but again, I think let me hammer the point home one more time. Outfield early, infield with maybe 1 or 2 pitchers in the middle rounds, and then it's best to just take your flyers on some pitchers late, plus some of those infielders who, look, you got some really solid, if you want to say floor players. You got Jake Cronenworth and a Wilson Contreras. Remember, moving to first base now. Sal Perez, Josh Young. Pretty decent options there at infield. And then just there's nothing left at outfield. So if you're going for this, the Gladiators, what it is, That's my advice. So doing again, I'm not going to take an outfielder just for the sake of taking one, because I didn't. Look, I took Vlad and I took Devers because I thought they were the best players at those spots. But then I made sure I got my 3 outfielders in the first 6 rounds, and then take it from there. But every draft's different. I got the 6 here. My other one, I'm doing a slow draft. I have the 12. I had to play it differently because at the 12th spot, all those elite outfielders were gone. So that's the thing. Just, you don't love your team, then you just got to do another one. Thanks. All right. Then, yeah, I'll do it again. Sorry if you didn't get the notification on time, but you joined us. You got most of it. And Luis, you're asking me if I had to choose baseball or football. Now, you mean to watch? You mean to play fantasy? Or do you mean, like, in my dream world, if I were getting to be a professional athlete, which one it would be? Now, when I was little, baseball was my first sport, and I wanted to be a baseball player. And then I quickly realized I was no good at baseball, which is why I play fantasy. To watch, I would still say baseball over football. I mean, I love watching football, but I could watch baseball like all day and night and be totally happy. So yeah, I guess for fantasy, it's also baseball because it's just a lot less random and a lot more stats. So I guess there's your answer. It's baseball. All right, guys. Well, there it is. That is the dinger. Remember, it's on Underdog. And if you haven't tried Underdog, you can sign up. If you haven't tried it and you want to, make sure you use code ENDGAME because it gets you some bonus cash. And you want to get that, as soon as you sign up, get free money to play with, basically. And so you also get some free picks. We'll start talking pick'ems once the season starts, which thankfully is just, 2 months away. But meantime, we'll still do some of these best ball drafts. I already put out sleeper videos, already put out busts videos. Everybody loves those. And then there's going to be more coming. I think we'll do breakouts next. Some of these young players I talked about. All right, guys. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching. And catch the next one.